So I'm currently from speaking from New Delhi. I know there are a lot of people that might be from Bangalore, and I cannot envy you guys more when it comes to air quality these days. We would s- jump into what we are going to do today. In short, we are going to learn how to build base mini apps using OpenxAI's base mini app factory. I'll just share my screen. All right. So the benefits for everybody that is here today is that firstly, yes, you'll all be building your own AI powered mini app. That's something not everybody can say when it comes to using these basic chat GPT engines, using various AI models that are out there, and that too with this simplicity, with this ease of use. Yeah, this is something that we are going to provide you today. I am guessing many of you have your laptops around you, but even if you don't, it's not a necessity. And I would still be connected to you guys, even if you guys have any doubts after this session. So you can ping me. My X account is also linked with my Luma. So I'm always there with any sort of questions you might have with the app over later. So yeah, everybody who will be successfully building a mini app today will also be receiving 5 OpenX tokens. These tokens are basically cryptocurrencies by OpenxAI, and they are going to be the circulating currency in our ecosystem. So everything that's going to happen and that is already happening is structured in a way that OpenX tokens are involved, and everybody who holds them also has a say in that. We'll also be providing you guys with digital certificates of participation. So after this is over, you'll be able to use that as your proof that you went through such workshop, and it can help you in other academic and professional outcomes as well. You'll also be able to access our ongoing mentorship, networking opportunities, and our growing OpenXI community. So yeah, let's dive into it. On your screen, you must be seeing a QR code. You can scan it through your phones, and even if you are not doing that right now, I will just drop the link in the chat so that you can just open it. So yeah, let me know if there's any doubt or there's sort of any difficulty you guys are facing as of now. We can now continue on to the next stage, and it's going to be sort of giving you an idea of what exactly we are building, why we started what we are doing today, and what the future holds for us. These are our social media channels, and you can scan either of the QR codes to sort of have a good idea of what we are doing. We post regular updates on on a daily basis, and we have gotten recognition worldwide in the past over 2 years. Let's start with the buzzword. artificial intelligence. It's something that we all have been hearing more and more every single day, and we don't know the end of it. Every day we think that we know something more as compared to what we did yesterday, but it just keeps on changing. And I think that's the best part about it these days, that you'll always be surprised. So AI is simply technology that enables computers and machines to stimulate human intelligence to perform tasks. In India, uh, AI is quickly becoming a foundational part of several major sectors, sort of making life more efficient and connected. You might have also seen major implications that have been made when it comes to, whenever you go to a government website, you are automatically popped up with a chatbot and it's ready to help you. Whereas in previous days, it used to be very difficult to get a hang of things, even if you are a pro at those websites. So instead of writing a million specific rules for every scenario, AI systems learn by being shown millions of examples. Those are data points and patterns that are made to sort of help the engine understand and make predictions or decisions. The goal is basically to train machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, getting better over time, reasoning, which is for making logical decisions, and problem solving, which is for creating a solution. The examples of AI implications are varied, and it starts from virtual assistants, as you must have seen Siri, the Google Assistant, and Alexa, the one that we see a lot. And it also reaches to the depth of GPS navigation, where different apps like Google Maps, Waze, if you might have heard of it, analyzing the real-time traffic to suggest the fastest route. And it happens so quickly that uh, all the data points that those apps are getting in real time are being fed and given those results in real time. Streaming recommendations are also something that have seen a surge of AI responsibilities. So Netflix or Spotify are suggesting the next show or song based on what you and million of other users have watched or listened to. The automatically identification of emails that might be trying to scam you is something that we have seen a lot in Gmail. So yeah, uh, the next buzzword that we need to address is blockchain. Blockchain is a special kind of database that many people can share and update together instead of just one company controlling it. Everyone in the network keeps a copy. This makes it very hard to cheat or erase information. This was very necessary for today's times, as we have seen in past, like the Great Depression, and a lot of high scale scams have been performed because a single party had all the access, and they were able to hide data, they were able to make changes without anybody knowing. Why is it called a blockchain? The information is grounded into blocks, and each block is linked to the previous one, sort of forming a chain. And once a block is added, you cannot change it. This means that the history is permanent and trustworthy. And to be honest, there's a very wide implication of how it can be used. The basic one is money and payments. For Bitcoin and stable coins, they use blockchain so people can send money anywhere, anytime, without the involvement of a bank. The same goes for ownership. So you can prove you own something digital like NFTs, tickets. membership, passes, or files just with the help of blockchain. Smart contracts is a term that we are going to hear more and more in the upcoming days, but those are basically automated programs that run on blockchain. It's simple to just a software that's not on blockchain, but it's every action is there and it can always be tracked back to. The other one is tracking and response transparency, and companies can use blockchain to track supply chains, documents, or inventory, or even attendance in school these days. The reason why people should care about it is that it's transparent, it's secure, it's open, and it removes the middleman. So there is little to no room for suspicion and speculation. Crypto is basically digital money that runs on blockchain. It can be used to pay for services, access apps, or reward people for participating. And it's something that we have heard more and more about in the past few years, but its real-time implications are yet to be fully discovered. And we are here for it. And for every transaction, there is the need of gas fees. It's a term that not everybody understands when they get into crypto, but these are small fees that you pay the miners, the people that are making that transaction happen, every time you perform a task. And every task on blockchain is basically a transaction, but it doesn't necessarily means that money is being moved. And it's sort of something that your computer automatically fetches and process it for you. It's like paying a tiny toll for using the road. It's that simple. Blockchain is a big deal because it lets anyone anywhere build apps, create businesses, send money, and own digital items without needing permission from banks or big tech companies. It gives power back to users and developers. And this is something that was missing a long time. And it is changing the tech world rapidly, and we'll be seeing more and more big tech stacks taking help for blockchain in order to comply to their ongoing operations. What exactly is Web3? In simple language, Web 1 was something that happened in 1990s, and it was basically the same experience as to reading a newspaper, and whatever you were seeing on in front of you on the screen, you had no way to interact with it in any way, be it commenting on it, be it leaving your reviews over it. It was just plain information that was there for you to consume if you want to. And then came in Web 2, where we are today. And this basically made changes to how people used to interact with the information that was online. You could also read and you could also write. For example, you post anything on Facebook, others can comment on it. And there is a very wide market that we all are aware of. And what we basically call internet today is Web 2. Then came in the need for Web 3. And the need was basically rooted from the necessity of transparency. And this basically made everybody responsible for their actions in a way that whatever they do online, it will always it can always be tracked back to them. So let's say if I upload a file on blockchain today, everybody in the future will be able to track when I did that and where is the file today, what are the changes that I've made to it today. Web3 and blockchain are very interconnected, and blockchain is the fundamental technology that makes Web3 possible. It's simply a digital ledger sort of a record book that is it's copied and stored on thousands of computers worldwide, which we call nodes, not a central server. And that's the main point behind it. It's decentralized, and not some very few big tech giants are responsible for everything that's happening. It's immutable. So once a transaction or a block is recorded, it cannot be changed or deleted. So it's permanent and it's tamper proof. So even in cases when you can sort of expect some sort of errors, mistakes, they are going to stay there forever. It's transparent, so everyone can see the records, though often without revealing personal identity. People are able to keep those records in public domain. The basic comparison between Web 2 and Web 3 is identified into four categories. And data control is something that we would realize the need for more and more in the upcoming years. Centralized data is mostly only controlled by a few companies like Meta, Google, Amazon, and these guys are benefiting hefty when it comes to making changes into our experiences online because of the data that they have access to, and it belongs to us. When it comes to decentralized data, it's stored on sort of a distributed blockchain network, and you own every bit of it. Nobody can ever take it away from you. When it comes to identity, you need a different login profile for every platform on Web 2. And that's the same email password combination. But in Web 3, your identity is your secure crypto wallet, which works across many platforms. So you can just connect the same wallet onto different platforms that are using Web 3, and nobody needs to know what your first name is. The trust model here is that you must trust the company. Let's say we'll get to the apps in about 5 minutes from now. Yeah, thanks, David. You must trust the company, and in this case, Facebook, not to misuse your data, but you can never be too sure. In Web 3, it's trustless. You don't need to worry about any part of it. You know that trust is built into the code and the transparent blockchain. The monetization part for Web 2 is that platforms profit from everything that we are posting over there, and we cannot do anything about it. They are going to keep making profits out of our contributions. But in Web 3, creators can sell digital assets. Mm, You might have heard of NFTs, they are a part of it, or models that we are trying to introduce, and directly keeping more and more control over the revenue that is generated. So let's start with the first actionable item for today's session, and that is to have a Web3 wallet. So the Web3 wallet is a digital wallet that lets users store, send, and receive cryptocurrencies and digital assets. It also lets them interact with blockchain apps, like mini apps built on Base, safely and securely. Think of it like a digital bank account, but instead of money, it can hold cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and access to dApps. That's something that we are going to learn about today. So yeah, you guys can, if you don't already have any wallets, you can scan these codes to create a base wallet, and let me know if there's any doubt in that. That is funny. That is funny. But no, these links are basically uh, for the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. So you will be downloading everything from the official app marketplace. You can simply even also search for Base Wallet on Google Play Store and Apple App Store. So I am basically I've been in the Web3 and AI space since the last 4 years, and I've been doing the same. I've been helping projects onboard more users, and I've been helping users get a good idea of what crypto and AI can are capable of doing. So yeah, let's jump to the next part. Once you have your wallets installed, you will be seeing screens like this, and this basically means that your wallet is now created. If you go ahead with creating a new wallet, and you can secure it with anything, your fingerprint, your face ID, your passkey, whatever suits you. And on the top right, you'll see these two squares where you can copy your wallet address, and that takes us to our next step. That is the wallet submission. Uh, we definitely would be helping guys that build an app today with the 5 OpenX tokens. So yes, you can go to this Google Forms, and you can just type in your wallet address right now, and that way we'll know who all came on our platform and created apps. So yeah, yes, OpenX tokens are live and they are trading on multiple platforms. Let's talk about OpenxAI. AI is the most powerful technology human has ever created. This is the vision that we had in mind when we started working in OpenxAI, and we believe that like AI, the internet must be free, open, and accessible to everyone, not owned, censored, or monopolized. Every passing day, we are finding different ways how we can give people access to all the actions that they perform online. And it started from basic ideas of being able to control the data that they have, but we have scaled it successfully to an extent where we are able to give people authority out of what apps they are building. And basically, they would be able to do uh, similar to ICOs, similar to IPOs. They'll be able to do it for their softwares, and they'll be able to sell the portions of their softwares. Who owns AI? And this is something that everybody in this world might have once thought when they first came across this concept of AI, and they thought there might be some company that's sort of making sure that everything is answered properly. The answers are a few big tech giants, yes, unfortunately, but yes, yes. And the problem with centralized AI, with the cloud giants, is that there is a high escalating cost for compute. So the more people that are using ChatGPT today, there is a widening shortage of GPUs. And it's something that we are going to face as a global warming problem as well very soon. The censorship and proprietary closed models or black box AI are basically not letting us properly examine the benefits of having our own AI models. So we are able to only access the data that they allow us to access. And vendor lock-in and lack of data ownership is also something that we are facing these days, because we don't know the how they are going to get data and from us, and then charge us for accessing the same information. These are the mm, few big names that we are seeing, and yeah. So I'm basically the growth and activation lead for OpenxAI. So yes, I hope your time is worth. OpenxAI is a permission decentralized AI protocol that provides open source models and affordable compute power. And the four pillars of what we are building today are open source models, decentralized compute. Xnode is something that we are going to launch in very short future, and community governance, tokenization, and monetization. You might have heard of TCP/IP, and those were frameworks that worked really well in the past. And in the Web3 era, the same task was performed by Ethereum by making decentralized storage available for people that were trying to sort of vacate the already in place systems. And with OpenxAI, the permissionless AI opens the gate for trustless model access and hosting along with training. OpenxAI's permissionless AI ecosystem. Everybody is the own company, and they can also sort of sell the project. They can also sell the software that they're building in future without the need of anybody that has to sort of vet them, sort of judge them based on their criterias. And every software developer will have some asset to hold because of how good they are at developing apps. We'll get to the Xnode network part later, and let's jump right into building the app now. I think, yeah, that's something that I have been waiting to do. Yep. So yeah, this is what you must be seeing when you go to Base Mini App Factory. I'll share the link again in the chat. Please let me know if you are able to open this link. Since we just started 2 days back, we launched Base Media Factory, and we are very close to reaching the 1,000 apps deployed milestone. It's entirely free for the first 1,000 members that will come on the platform and then deploy the app. But after that, it's not going to be free for everybody. And luckily, we still have some free spots left, so everybody in this call will be able to do that for free. And yeah, I'll just demonstrate the process. As you can see, so far there are 808 apps deployed, and with every tier, the rewards for deploying an app keep on decreasing. So yes, we are at the hill at the moment. If we go to build my app, and we'll be creating a new app. Let's name it. Uh, so I have a prompt that I already had saved in place to save time. Let's just go ahead with that, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so yes, we have got the queue cleared, and uh, yeah, it's time to get some tic-tac-toe. While we are waiting for the app to deploy, since it seems like the servers will take about 10 minutes to properly execute that task. Let's learn about what we are doing at OpenxAI community. It's a community platform that basically lets anybody get their sort of education done in one place, and it also rewards them with the it can be monetary tokens, it can be certificates, and it also gives you a digital on-chain proof of your knowledge. And as you can see, there are a lot of bundles that are available over here. And it starts with having a Web3 wallet, yes. And it's a very simple task. You can also get your first tokens through these faucets if you are new. I personally prefer to use MetaMask. Uh, I've also used Base. I think that's something that works the best with OpenxAI. And as you can see, there is a forum where people are constantly discussing about topics that are even remotely related to AI. This is the part where we get to access all the different courses that are there. So this is what's happening to our app right now. You can directly see the code and the package that is being worked on. I'm pretty sure there are other people as well. But yes, I really appreciate you being interactive. So basically, me and a friend of mine, we have been connected with the team of OpenxAI since it was originally OpenMesh, and yeah, I've loved to help OpenxAI and OpenMesh and sort of communicating with more and more people about what they're building. Yeah. Yes, I do. I do have an engineering degree with IT. So once the app is deployed, you will be able to get access to all the data, and if you want to, we'll be storing it on our data storages. But if you want, you can sort of transfer it to the data storage that you want, and it can be done on you know any of the cloud storage platforms. So yeah, the app is published, and let's see. It generated a link that's going to be my link for in order to access this app, and at the same time, I it also credited me with an NFT, giving me the ownership of this app. And this is something that is a very new concept for people that are not that aware about crypto and ownership. Having access to your own software is something that's going to change everything that's already being done in the tech space. Yeah, that's a fair question, and I think my personal opinion being that NFTs are definitely relevant, and they are equally relevant as they were back in 2021, and that's because I think the only relevance that NFTs have ever had was their sort of facility to make different assets to be able to own by somebody. And I think it should have never been more than that. We saw a large surge in the market. We saw a large buzz in the market, and it was just speculative value. And I don't think that ever was a justice to what NFTs actually are. The values have reduced so much because people didn't properly understand what NFTs actually are, and they looked at as it as just a simple way of making money, and they expected things to sort of inflate in value over time automatically. But it was a world class piece of tech that we were introduced to, but should have never been marketed like uh, such a flashy thing. So yeah, the app is fine, and let's see if I am able to beat this guy. Okay, I actually didn't think I'd be able to win, but yeah, I guess I'm good at it this part. So yeah, everybody who created their apps, if you have any doubts in the process, if you are still in the process, you can drop me a message over here. You can drop me a message later over X or over LinkedIn, anywhere you want. I'll also drop my Discord username over here. So yes, David, this I am an NFT supremacist, and my Discord username says so. Yes, exactly. So I'll be sharing the same Google Form link, and everybody who created an app can just go to that link and paste their app's link in the same Google Form. Yep, I got it. So yeah, guys, that's about it for today's session, and we'll also be featuring the best uh, apps that are deployed on the platform, and there will be a separate price pool for that. So I would highly encourage everybody to use the best creativity that they can put into it, and maybe this is the beginning of your journey to creating more and more apps every single day. If there are any questions, if there are any feedback, please let me know, and then we can wrap up this call. Oh yeah, definitely. You can shoot me a DM on Discord for that. Yes, we can. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I hope we see each other more, and we'll be doing more of such sessions in the future. Thank you.